Hej Niklas, hej Grundvall. Okay, so so yeah, there's not a lot of people yet online, but and perhaps there won't be more than a few. Hey Simon, but I'll start off and I'll actually do this in English just because so that everybody feels welcome to watch it afterwards as well. So this is just gonna be a short, hey Rockin' Monkey, this is just gonna be a short listening party since we can't do it with a live show or anything. This is just be like a fun little thing to share as the new version of Rebel Rider was released today as a single. So yeah, first off, I think we should celebrate in the best way possible. So I brought my my bottle of Motorhead rum with me. So let's enjoy some rum in good company. I'm happy to see that you're. Hey Egon, Egon is there also. Hope you're all enjoying a nice start to the weekend. No morgens, ni alla svenskspråkiga som ännu är där så vi kan tala svenska av det här. Skål hörni pojka. Vi ska lyssna på lite rock'n'roll. Hej Egon, hej Manka, hej Grundvall, hej Niklas, vem har vi annan där? Men jag kommer ihåg. Nåja, anyway, skål hörni. Well, I'm still going to do it in English just because I'm going to save this afterwards as well. So, what we're going to do tonight here, we're going to listen to the new track. I think you listened to it already, some of you, but or not the new track, but the new recording of an old track. And before we get into the listening bit, I thought I would share just a couple of reflections with you about the song itself, Rebel Rider. Well, first off, Rebel Rider was written back in 19. Well, it was originally written, I think, in 1998 because we recorded the finalized version that we did with Sgt. Pepperoni. We recorded in the beginning of '99. So we. I think I wrote it. I tried to recall the writing process, but it was impossible for me. I have no recollection whatsoever of when I got the idea for the track Rebel Rider. But we did a very early demo version of the track, not the one that we then did as an EP, but a demo version of the track. And I don't remember exactly when we started playing it live, but then in January of if I remember correctly, we were in House of Dread in Bennes Pännäinen in the beginning of January 1999 and recorded the 4-song EP. The EP was called Rebel Rider, and the first opening track was Rebel Rider, and looking back at that period, that was a phase where Sgt. Pepperoni had gone from being a band where when we started off, I played guitar, and we had Rockin' Monkey, of course, Magnus Wikman on drums, so you handled the drums, Manka, and in the beginning we had Tommy Fob Forsman on bass for a couple of years there. And with that early Sgt. Pepperoni era, we did those funny short songs. We did the 3 tracks that are available on the Yep collection. Diesel in My Veins, Life Sucks But It's Okay, and Rock My Machine Gun. And then at some point, I started to feel that I wanted to take the band into a kind of a like a bit of a more serious kind of direction. And I shifted to bass, to playing bass, something I hadn't done before, but something that interested me profoundly. Not only because Lemmy played bass, so I wanted to be like Lemmy, and I had started talking with the possibility with Kimmo Peltola, Lord Edward, about the possibility to join the band. And this shift happened somewhere in the end of '97, perhaps. I gotta say I don't recall the details here right now, but we kind of shifted focus and we became a bit heavier, we started writing perhaps a little bit longer songs, and we did a demo called Route 69, after which we started writing the later material, which would then become Rebel Rider. And so Rebel Rider was released in the beginning of '99, and we worked as a band. After that, we worked for about 1.5 years. After which Sergeant Pepperoni, you could say in a way, slowly faded into what would become Terror Wheel. That was a strange era. I was in the military. And there was a shift happening, and then the Pepperonis coming to an end, and me and Christian Gebala then started building on this idea of creating Terror Wheel. Anyway, that's another story. But this period here with hello everyone who's joined. Hey Mats, hey Ann-Sophie, welcome. So the whole Rebel Rider thing, I thought I'm just gonna reflect real quickly on the song in itself, and talk about its aesthetics, because what happened right then was I'm trying to think about the writing period. Like I said, I have no recollection whatsoever of when I wrote the song. But what I do remember that I was fascinated of all things, cowboys and Indians, especially like the Indian warriors, and like those kinds of harmonies, like fifths that they use a lot in those kinds of cliche Indian like warrior music songs. I started to play with that idea. I remember listening to Havana Black, the Finnish band at that moment, pretty much, and yeah. But I listened to a lot of stuff back then. I had a real strong period with DAD, Disneyland After Dark, as well. So that was one of the reasons that our sounds were quite clean and crisp, because I liked that they pulled down the gain a bit and tried to find the dynamics in a sort of a cleaner sound. But what I thought was the thing that I always thought with Sergeant Pepperoni also, and what I've always thought when I'm writing songs, is that I want to find really easy ideas, most often, not every time, but very often, easy ideas that can be like, I think a good song you should be able to play with an acoustic guitar. That's always like, a good song is a good song. And you shouldn't have to have a lot of, that any version you do of it is your decision, but in the basis of the song should be able to be performed just with an acoustic guitar. And I remember just playing with the idea of, could I write like a chorus line just from the pentatonic scale, because that's what it does. It's a pentatonic scale that goes down, so it's like, that's like the theme melody there, and that's like that's like the pentatonic scale, not even a minor pentatonic scale, just a pentatonic scale, like, or it's a minor, yeah, because you have the third there, but so that was what I thought. I wanted to like, and then I remember I liked the title Rebel, like the David Bowie song. So I thought, what about, how many times do I dare to sing Rebel? So I was like, Rebel Rider. Can I do it 3 times? Can I do it even 4 times? So that's when I came up with the Rebel Rider. And and this chord progress, this one. has always been my favorite. It repeats itself in a lot of the songs that I write, almost all the songs. Like this is the sixth chord. So I knew that that's the best way I can write that chorus, is just go from and yeah, from there on it was pretty straightforward. I knew with the verse I wanted to have just like a just like a real pure verse, just the pump, you know, and then I wanted to go in the middle of the verse. I wanted to go to like a more rock and roll. And back to the. And then when I thought about the pre-chorus, I wanted to have something. I really loved the Motorhead album Another Perfect Day, where Robert Robertson plays guitar, and he used a lot of chorus effects and stuff like that. So that's where we put a bit of a cleaner like. That's actually pretty close to a Motorhead song from that album, Dancing on Your Grave. I think the intro goes something like. So that's for sort of the idea that I got there. Then we came to the solo, and Kimmo, Lord Edward, Kimmo Peltola just came up with the magnificent original solo, and you have that little nuance there that I've always loved. It goes like the small details. So it's a really simple primitive song, and I think that's a key to doing good songs. And what happened then with Rebel Rider was that it became kind of a. We started playing it on live gigs all the time, and before we knew it, it started to become this song where everybody sang along. And after all these years, anytime that I've had a project of some kind, as soon as we play in Jakobstad or a bit around, people start shouting for Rebel Rider, you know. So there's like this really funny, silly little circle of fans who know that song and can sing along with it, have really listened to the song a lot. And then right after you go outside of that area, nobody knows the song at all. So that's also one of the reasons that I wanted this song now to like bring it forward and give it some new life. And that's one of the reasons why I decided that we should record this song with my new project, Marco Luponero and the Loud Ones. So I got the idea. I have been thinking of, because what we've done now is we've actually recorded an entire EP. We have 6 new songs. And the rest 5 of those songs, the 5 more songs, will be released later on this spring. But I just came up with the idea of releasing Rebel Rider a little bit earlier as a single, only for the sake of it, only for you guys from the 90s, the family, the Jeppis rock and roll family that have kept always shouting for the. Mats skriver att Distant Love bör också uppdateras. Distant Love, another one of those Rebel Rider era songs. Yeah, it should be. Perhaps at some point we'll do that one as well. But anyway, so yeah, I think it's worth it. The song is worth it because it has a life of its own, and let's see what happens with it now as we've taken it to the next level. But yeah, I think that's about what I have about the song, and I think I'm gonna have a bit of rum, and then I think we should listen to the new Rebel Rider. So I have my speaker system set up here. This might take a while because it's Sonos, so it's not with Bluetooth. So let's see here. Here we go. Hope the volume is okay. Enjoy. You ready? That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the new Rebel Rider. I hope you like it. It's as you can hear, it's very much more massive than the old one. What I knew I wanted to have, something that I haven't in my life ever like really gone into, was I wanted to have the most massive sounds that I could think of. So I thought of Ove Inborg and Wolf Throne in Pedersöre, because I knew that he would know how to bring those sounds forward, and I always had the fascination of because there's always been like this slight little, I've always had a slight foot in the ever since I sang in the band called Razor. I've always had like a small passion for black metal, death metal, even though I'm definitely no connoisseur or anything. But I've always loved the sounds, and I knew that that's where I wanted to work. And also like the new material that you're gonna be hearing from later, it's more punkish. So I wanted to have like a dirty mass, so I really think that Ove managed to get those sounds forward. So I took Simon Grundvall into the studio, because Simon is our chapter South drummer in the Loud Ones, and Simon did a great job. Simon, he actually, a couple of days ago, Simon, you sent me a clip of you guys performing as Sergeant Pepperoni back in the 90s at Småstjärnorna, because you were our fans sitting around in our rehearsal room listening to us, and now you're playing on the 2020 version, so that's cool. And Simon plays on the entire EP, And also, as a fun thing, I knew I wanted to have the original guitarist Kimmo Lord Edward Peltola to solo. So he just, delivered this massively amazing version of the old solo, which varies a little bit with nice harmonies. There's a little kind of Thin Lizzy touch there before the ending, and I really love it. So big ups to both Simon and Uwe and Kimmo. You've done a hell of a job, and I so warmly recommend Wolf Throne also to musicians who really want to get the mass out and want to work with someone as genius as Uwe. He's a great fellow to work with, and as you can hear, the song is pretty similar to the old version. There are a few small slight differences. One of them is the solo, of course, where we did some variations, and then another thing is that we lengthened the ending. We've been playing live for a little bit of a longer ending there, so we'll put that in, and but otherwise it's pretty close to the original. So anyway, just thanks to you guys who checked in tonight, just to share this listening event with me. I really hope that the whole Corona crisis is over soon, that we can get back to playing live, and so we don't need to do these. I mean, it's nice that you joined me here for a listening session, but it would be a bit even nicer if we could have done some gigs for this single release. And I'm so grateful that we've been able to refreshen the track. Go listen to it on all the streaming services. It's on YouTube. It's on, of course, on Spotify and Apple Music. Spotify actually messed up with the artist title, so there are two Marco Luponero and the Loud Ones right now on Spotify. That's going to be fixed in a couple of days. But yeah, thank you so much. Takko teille allihopa, kiitoksia. Cheers, guys. Have a very rocking weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. I hope to see you soon on stage as well. Rock and roll.